Okay, my name is Ali Santos, and I'm going to do the fourth lab, physical and chemical changes in the kitchen. So I'm gonna do the water and ice one first because I don't want to have to keep like using different pans. So I'm just gonna try to use the same pan. So I'm putting the ice cube in here to melt. Oh, lick it. Taste the water. And then putting it in here to melt. Melting the ice is a physical change because I'm just changing the size and shape of it. Let me close that for you. It's almost finished. Over here. It's almost finished. So now I'm going to start boiling it. Sorry, I have the fan on, otherwise my smoke alarm in my apartment will go off. So now I'm waiting for it to boil. Boiling, the water is also going to be a physical change because it's going to be a physical change because I'm just changing. Well, it's not a physical change because it's not producing a gas or anything. The temperature is being changed, but it's with heat. It isn't burning necessarily. And it isn't like two solids combining or two liquids combining to make a solid. So I think it's a chemical change. Just like melting the ice is a chemical change, changing the water from being water to boiling is a physical change. But then, whenever I add the salt, and then it evaporates, that's a chemical change, I think. Because that is producing a gas, yeah. It's going to take a while for this water to boil. I guess while it's boiling, I can go ahead and do the vinegar and the baking soda. So, fourth a cup. teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, the water's boiling now. So like I said, this is still just a chemical change for now. But now, whenever I'm adding the salt, a teaspoon of salt, that is going to produce a gas, and then that will be, that will be a different story. So the salt dissolved. And then we have some smoke coming. Not all of the water is evaporating, but maybe I need to add more salt? I don't really know. But I think it says that I need to melt the ice, which I did, and that is physical change. Boil the water from melted ice, which I did. That's still a physical change. Evaporate water from boiling water. It's not all gone. I mean, some of it is evaporating because of the smoke, but all of it doesn't evaporate. But that the evaporation is still not a chemical change because it's just changing the shape of the water. It goes from, well, I guess that would be because then it's producing a gas. So that is a chemical change. Is boiling the water and the water evaporating is a chemical change. And whenever I added the salt and the salt dissolved in the water, that's also a chemical change. So I'm going to take this off the burner now. And then now I'm going to do the baking soda and the vinegar. So, 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then a teaspoon of baking soda. So I put the baking soda in the vinegar. Oh, wow. So that's definitely a chemical change. Wow, that's cool. That's so cool. But yeah, that's definitely a chemical change. It doesn't smell very good. But yeah. Wow, that's super cool. It's still doing its thing. But it looks like the baking soda's completely dissolved. It's just causing this cool reaction with the vinegar. Just gonna leave that over there. Okay, so now I'll do the marshmallow part. So I'm supposed to pull marshmallow apart and then put it back together. Which you kind of can, but not necessarily completely. But this is also a chemical change because we're just changing the size and shape of it. And then I have to put some marshmallows in a pan, so I'm gonna use this pan again. And then wash this. Put some marshmallows in here. Turn this back on. Does it say medium heat? So I've got it on medium heat, so we just gotta wait for them to melt. It's gonna take these babies a while to melt too, I think. See, they're starting to get sticky, melty a little at the bottom. So this is still physical change so far. whenever we burn it, it will be a chemical change, but just melting it and everything is still a chemical or a physical change, because we're just we're not like adding anything to it besides heat. We're just changing the like size and shape of it, I guess. Looks yummy. Very sticky. That's not very yummy looking. Oh, it's starting to get burned a little. Reminds me of s'mores on a campfire. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to get it off my spatula and then leave it in there so that it'll get burned a little bit, and then I can show you in the video. But the burning is a chemical change. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but you can see the little like dark brown burn marks starting to come. I don't know if you can see all of that brown stuff, but that's the burn. It's starting to burn. So yeah, that's a chemical change. I'm gonna rinse this out so I can do the chocolate part now. going to do the chocolate part. Ouch. So I have to melt the chocolate again and then burn it. Sorry. So, got Hershey's Kisses. Gonna get a few and unwrap them. So again, just melting them is a physical change. Burning them, however, is chemical. Okay, so I'm gonna get a new, that other one I think is melting as well, the spatula that I was using, so I'm gonna use a different one now. These babies are already melting really nicely. Nice. So when I melt them, it's just a chemical change, but whenever I burn them, it will be, whenever I just melt them, it will be physical, goodness, it will be physical, but whenever I burn them, it's chemical. Keep mixing up my words. On here, I almost forgot, it also says, it asks me what happens whenever I eat a kiss and whenever I eat a marshmallow. So obviously whenever I eat a kiss, I'm breaking up all of the pieces of it, so that's still a physical change. Same with marshmallows. Some of it's already a little burned, but I guess it's going to be kind of harder to tell with the chocolate on the camera. I can kind of see that it's burning a little, but it's going to be hard for me to show you. I'll just leave it in there to sit a little bit, and then it'll look a little more burned, I think. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see here, there's like really dark brown bits where it's burning. So that's our chemical change for chocolate. So just a quick overview, let me go back. So whenever I rip the marshmallow apart and put it back together, that's just a physical change. Same with melting the marshmallow, but burning the marshmallow is a chemical change. With ice, whenever I melt it, that is a physical change. And whenever I boil the water, it is a chemical change because there's like the water is evaporating, forming a gas, so that's chemical. And same with the evaporation of the water, in order to evaporate some of the water, you had to add the salt, I guess. No, that's a different thing. So I guess evaporating the water from boiling water is the chemical part of is the chemical portion of boiling the water. Just boiling the water, I guess, isn't, that's just a chemical change, just changing it. Yeah, and then dissolving the salt in the water is chemical. Dissolving the baking soda in the vinegar was definitely chemical. We saw that. That was super cool. Melting the chocolate is physical, but then burning it, oh, this is really good. You can see this really good now. Burning it is chemical. So yeah, thank you.